Today we're diving into the dynamic between George Michael and his father. George Michael, most well known as a singer, songwriter, and some of his fans know he was a significant philanthropist throughout his life. Truly, he is a pop culture icon, one of the best-selling musicians of all time, having sold over 125 million records worldwide. Yet his own father didn't believe success was possible for his son. George's father was born in Greece and immigrated to the UK in the 50s, opened a restaurant, and worked very hard for him and his family. George Michael's love of music was clear as young as 6 years of age, and by the time he was 8, he decided he wanted to be a singer when he grew up. But this was a secret that he kept from his dad. Their relationship was known to be kind of cold and kind of distant as George grew up. He was quoted in an interview saying, "Funny enough, my father used to always tell me he didn't think I could sing at all." I remember one interview that I watched where George Michael said that having his father as an adversary worked to propel him forward toward success, as if to show him, even if you don't think I've got a great voice, I am owning this incredible voice. I think it was after George Michael died that I heard his father in an interview say that it didn't occur to him until the family traveled along with George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley in the Wham performance in China. They were one of the first bands to internationally perform on the stages in China. It was a remarkable success. And his father remembers this, auditorium full of screaming fans, kind of looking at his daughters and looking at his wife and saying, maybe they're on to something here. If you think this video could help someone that you know who struggles in a relationship with their dad, please forward it along. If you like the content of this channel, looking at people we love to watch and listen to, and understanding some of their family relationships, subscribe. If you'd like to have a conversation with me about what's going on in their relationships in your life, or what has happened historically with your parents, you can find a link to book a time in my calendar in the description section. It's going to look like this as you find a time that works best for you so that we can connect. Now let's get back to George Michael and his father. So if we really look at George Michael's relationship with his dad, it wasn't just personal. It ended up being a catalyst for his professional success. It's kind of interesting that there are times when that tension that exists in the family can be the very thing that moves our life forward in ways we hadn't maybe expected. Truth is, George Michael's music resonated with millions around the world. The depth and the honesty of his songwriting and the sheer beauty of his voice touched so many lives. I find it so interesting that sometimes the tension points within family relationship can be the actual fuel that moves something forward. This YouTube channel is about just that, exploring the lives of famous people and understanding how their family relationships might have contributed, sometimes through support and sometimes through that tension point, to have them thrive. If there's somebody that you love to listen to or watch that you'd like me to dive into their history, simply leave a note in the comments. Curious about the hidden stories in your family tree? Maybe you can relate to George Michael, that you had a dream that was so important to you that you followed through on, even without the belief or support from one of your parents. I'd love to hear about your own experience in the comments.